So I promised in my Chloé bag unpacking video a few months back that I'm gonna do an updated video where I give you full insight in how I like the bag, the pros and the cons and the wear test and everything. I have my bag here. If you haven't seen the initial unpacking video, I'm gonna link it down in the info box for you below. But today we're gonna talk about the pros and the cons of the bag. I wore it 4 months. Nearly every time I left the house I wore this bag. Like, I wore this bag as my kind of like daily essentials bag. So I do have a lot to say about this bag now. I have my phone here because I made loads of notes throughout the 4 months. So let's start off with maybe the negatives so we can end on a positive list. The negatives are just something that I realized where like, maybe someone might not like that or might get annoyed about it, or it was something that I was like, if I really have to break down the pros and the cons, that might go onto a cons list. So I would say let's start off with the most obvious one, which is the price. So at the moment on the Chloé website, the Mini Tess Stay Bag in black is £1,250. So it is quite expensive, but websites like Net-a-Porter, for example, that stock expensive brands or more luxury brands, they sometimes have like a 10% newsletter voucher, for example, that you could use. So have a look around if you find anything in your country where there are some retailers that might sell it, but of course make sure that that it is an official website and not like an unofficial kind of like an eBay seller or something like that. One thing that I unfortunately only realized after I got the bag is a version with a lighter and a kind of darker gold hardware, and I have the darker gold hardware option. I didn't know that there was a lighter gold option. After I purchased it, I saw it and I was like, I wish I would have gone for the lighter gold. Not something that's really bothering me. It's just like, if I have the option, I would have gone for the lighter one. And then staying with the hardware, and this is something you might actually notice while I'm holding the bag, it makes a lot of noise. Like, it's a really noisy bag when you walk around. Like, you always kind of like, you hit this somewhere or you're walking around and like this is making some noise. It is a very noisy bag. Sometimes it annoys me a little bit, but nothing really like major, I would say. But it just came to my mind as something, yeah, like sometimes it annoys me a little bit. And then with all of the hardware on as well, I think the bag is a little bit heavier than my normal everyday handbags. It might also be because it is like full on leather. It has like thick straps and long straps. It has, as I said, it has the hardware and everything. So overall, I would say for such a small bag, I find it is a little bit heavy. Nothing super bad, nothing that gives me like a backache or anything like that. I just noticed compared to my other bags, my smaller handbags, that this one is just a little bit more heavy than, yeah, my other ones. And then again, staying with the hardware, this is actually something that annoys me because I like to take pictures for my Instagram, but what sometimes happens is that this strap here falls over, and while you walk, this ring goes underneath the strap and it gets stuck like that, and then you take nice pictures and your bag looks like that, and it's like, why did no one tell me that the ring was up? There are so many pictures where the ring is up and it's not looking nice and proper as it should. So if you do have the bag, just always make sure that on your pictures the golden ring is down. And then probably my, I would say, last kind of negative point, or point where I'm like, I don't really get it, what is it for, is this little pouch here at the back. And this is something I already pointed out in my unpacking video where I was like, I'm not quite sure what this is for, and then someone commented saying, why don't you just put your phone in it so it's like an easy access? And I was like, that's actually quite clever. So I tried to put my phone in there, but it doesn't fit. It's too big, and that's not even the biggest iPhone. It's like an XR, so kind of like an older iPhone. I do actually have something in there now. What is this? Okay, a face mask and a business card. So this one at the moment only gets used, as you can see, to put in some chunk, or like I have some chewing gum and I put in the paper because I want to throw it away afterwards. So it's kind of like a bit of a useless little detail on the bag, I personally find. So I think those are all of my kind of like more negative things or things to consider. And then moving on to the positives, because I do of course have positives about the bag as well. So first of all, starting off with the outside of the bag and the leather. So the leather is not a fully smooth leather, so you have like some smooth leather down here, as you can see, and then the leather on the front, but also on the back of the bag is this kind of textured material. And because it is textured, it also means you cannot see any scratches. So the amount of time that I kind of like hit the bag somewhere, or I don't know, I've just used it on an everyday basis. So you go into the tube, you go on a bus, you walk around through crowds, you go through shops, the chance that you hit this bag against something is quite high, and I feel like you cannot see a single thing. So this bag for me looks still pretty much immaculate and very, very nice. One thing is that the ring, when the ring hits against something, there might be little scratches on the metal, but like the leather itself is still perfect and beautiful, I think. So this is definitely something to consider, because I know suede, for example, is a fabric that will wear very quickly and you will see any kind of spills or marks or scratches on it very quickly, whereas this one just doesn't. And I think for an expensive bag, I want it to last as long as possible, so I also want to get a material that lasts really long. So that is my first plus for the bag. Then staying with the outside, I still really love that the bag has the option of these long straps that you can adjust, which is really nice if you want to have a crossbody or you just want to have it on the side. But then you can also take off the straps and then just wear it as like this, so kind of like a night bag. So it makes the bag really versatile, so you can wear it as a crossbody bag throughout the day. You can also kind of dress it up a little bit and make it more of a night bag, so it's super versatile in that sense that you can wear it day and night. So I love that about the bag. And then moving our way into the inside, first of all is the safety closure. So if you haven't seen my unpacking, this bag has a safety closure, so no one can just like easily open it up. It kind of has to be pulled down first and then up. And at the start I was a bit unsure if it might be a little bit annoying to open it up and it's kind of getting in the way and you have to fiddle around, and it's like, no, you really don't. And then in terms of space on the inside, I think for me this has the perfect amount of space. I know there are different versions of the Tess bag, and personally if I just look at the style, I would say I prefer the round ones. I think the round ones they look a little bit nicer, but I've tried it on and I tried to fit all of my things in, like my wallet, my phone, my keys, my hand sanitizer, maybe my lipstick, my glasses, and it just doesn't fit. And if I do want to invest into a bag once, it should do the job. That's why I went for the more square bag, and this one literally fits everything. So this has my wallet in now, my keys, my hand sanitizer, it has my sunglasses, it has 2 lip products, it has so many things, and there is still some extra space. And then what I really like as well when you have so many things in a bag is that it still keeps the shape. So the shape doesn't look... That's my phone. So what I just wanted to say is it keeps the shape really nicely. So even though I put a lot of things into here, it just keeps the shape really well. And this is something I want from a bag. If I cram it with things, it should still look nice. And even if I take everything out, so it's empty now, so basically you don't wear anything in it, it still keeps the shape and it looks nice. So that's something I definitely give the bag a thumbs up for. And then the last thing on my list is I love the classic design and the classic style of it, because I don't want to invest into a bag that I wear for half a year and then it goes out of style and then I kind of wasted my money on it. I wanted something that I knew I'm going to wear for loads and loads of years coming. That's why I chose the black color. I know they have plenty of different versions of it, and they have like a kind of like rusty color, they have a light beige color, which is also beautiful, and then with the round ones they have plenty of different versions as well, which are all really beautiful, and I'm so tempted to get one of those ones as well, but I wanted to start off with a classic one. So summing this video up, I do think the pros definitely outweighed the few cons that I have. The few cons were just things that, as I said, came to my mind while I was wearing the bag, and I thought I'll share them with you in case you are looking into the bag, because it does cost a lot of money. But I would definitely say I'm very happy with my purchase and I love my bag. I'm really proud of wearing it, and every time someone's like, oh, I love your bag, I'm like, thank you, I love it too. If I would give it points out of 10, I would probably give it an 8.5 out of 10. The only reason I take away points would be I slightly would have preferred the rounder shape compared to the square one, but as I said, the square one is just more practical for the everyday use because more fits in, and I would have taken the lighter gold hardware if I would have researched properly, which I thought I did, but apparently I didn't. But yeah, overall I love it. It's a great bag, and if you want to go for it, then I would definitely give you my thumbs up and Anna approved stamp here. And that was everything for today. I hope it was somewhat helpful if you are looking into a bag, and let me know if you have purchased it and how you like it. And yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!